Hello, my friends. I'm home. We took an early flight. I don't even know what time I got up. It was definitely before the chickens. So I do have my brows and mascara on. This is what I looked like at the airport earlier. So we haven't done a talk through. I know it's Friday, but I've been traveling. And listen, my traveling's over till January. I'm not going nowhere. I'm back Monday through Friday. Even though I really only missed yesterday. So, you know, I'm staying on top of the stories, but it just feels good to be back and be in my complete routine. So I thought today we could just talk about things that I've tried recently and I really like. I don't think I have anything that I don't like or that hasn't worked out. But one thing you will see here, I'm just going to tell you really quickly in case you're new. I was saying, I don't just try things for myself. I have been doing this so long that I know what would work for different skin types, even different climates. So if you're ever like, ugh, Rose, she likes everything. She just wants to make all the brands like her. No, I just know what would work for combination oily skin, extremely oily skin, balanced to dry like me, dry skin. I just know what goes with each skin type and even preferences, because I understand some people might like a liquid liner, some people might like a gel liner, some people might not even want a liner. So if you've ever wondered why I don't just give a ton of negative reviews, that's why. This is our page. It's not just my page. And if you're wondering, I just get these on Amazon. I will get you a link. I don't even do affiliate links on Amazon. I don't care. I'm just gonna go get you just the regular link. I just got asked this question. Okay, since I've been traveling, how do I travel with them? I'm even gonna show you how I travel with the double-ended. This just came in. Let me move myself so you can see the time and date. It came in at 2:08. I don't want you to think that I'm just trying to do this to show these daggum brushes. Am I proud of the brushes? Yes. But I might as well answer it with a video. I know I seem defensive, but I get mean messages and I'm very tender. Okay, listen, I'm chicken tender, please. So that's why I'm always like, I'm sorry. I really am. After all these years on the internet, I'm still crying. But let me show you how I travel with them. So I always have my essential travel set with me, but I also put the artist collection in here. In the artist collection, I'm gonna drag it out. We're about to big comfy couch this. That's our reference this week. So they're all in here. And this is a really good example because this one is really long and these fibers are a little bit more delicate. And the reason I say delicate is because anytime you have a longer brush where the bristles could get frayed, see how they're not sticking out the side like this all wild, they're staying really nice and tight. That shows that this is very protective. But I have all of them in here. And then we have the C43. I don't know if y'all know this, but this one's actually in stock. A lot of you were asking about that one. The entire essential travel set. I'm just gonna drag them all out. The dual-endeds are in here too. There you go. There's a dual-ended. They're all there. I'm telling you, this is literally Luna's couch. But let me show you how I store the dual-endeds. Now, when I'm at home, I do just set these on my vanity, and by these I mean these two. Okay. But I thought a little bit ahead. I really did, but this is also important. So you'll notice that this side, you don't have it yet. This one's coming very soon, but this is the D1. And you're gonna notice that this side is a little bit more dense and then this side is a fluffy side. So anytime you have a denser side of a brush, storing it like this, it's going to be okay. It really and truly will, I promise. Also, D2, this one just released. That right there, it's so dense, it's going to be okay, especially in a really soft travel set like this. So if we're going to store them, we're going to store them on the more dense side. That goes for any double-ended brush that you have. It really does help to store them on the more dense side. Now, not all have this. I did think of that. One more thing, we're almost done. This is really cool. So you just push this down. What are you doing here? Sneaking around. All right, so you push that down and then I'm gonna put the other ones in here, but this acts as a little brush cup. which is just absolutely delightful. And you can see that even the dual-endeds, they peek out. So that's really, that was also important to me. I even thought about this while designing these because I don't want them to get stuck down in there. So then I just put them all back in here. You know what? I'm actually sick of seeing this because I'm tired of traveling. But just so you know, they all fit in here. They're a big happy family. And there you go. Now let's talk about something else. So I can't tell you what this is, but I just tried this out. I don't even want to tell you what even anything is. I'll go to makeup gel. We don't know what that looks like, but it's something we say here, and I think it's so funny because I'm always testing out things for brands. That looks pretty incredible. Well, we're gonna love that. So something that has been on my vanity, and it's actually closer to me than my other liners, are these Victoria Beckham liners. Do I think they're beautiful? Absolutely. Do I think that they are revolutionary compared to all of the other liners I have? No. I really think they're beautiful, and if you already have one, I hope you're enjoying it. It's great. It blends, it lasts, but to me, other liners do this exact same thing. They're just as creamy, they last just as long. I will say, I don't want you to feel like, I don't even know how much these are. I know these are very spicy priced, but let me give you some liner tips really quickly. Just some gel liner tips. I'm just gonna grab this NYX liner. And this isn't a comparison saying, oh my God, this is so much better than this one. That's not what I'm saying. But it really just feels just as creamy. It goes on the exact same, but there can be things that could make a difference. Think about the eye area. Think about how hydrated we like to keep the eye area, myself included. I like my eye creams, all of my serums. I want that around this eye area. But also think about where it goes. It's gonna go over here. What can happen? If we're trying to put, I'm actually gonna put a little extra eye serum on. Let me find one. All right, let's tap some eye serum over here. And this is all for dramatic effect. I'm not saying you leave it this wet. I'm just giving you ideas on why it might smudge and might not last. If we were to go over, say this had even been sitting 2 minutes. I say wait 3 minutes. But think about buildup through here. Think about the eye cream being there. Think about that eye cream even being over here. What can happen is if we put that on top, we've already changed the formula. So this has already lost its staying power because what's happened is this is underneath it and it's mixing together. Okay, you're like, Rose, but I let my eye cream dry down. It's all good. What else can happen is our body oils can mix in with it. Now say you've let your skincare sit 10, 20, 30 minutes. We're going to start to naturally produce oils as human beings. So one thing I like to do is take my fluffy brush. I've taught this before, but there's new friends here every day. And I don't want you to feel like you always, now if this is working for you and this is not working for you, we're not changing a thing. But I also don't want you to feel like you have to spend this much money on a liner when there are a few things we can do to make something way more affordable work better. And it's not 1,000 steps. Okay, a little bit of powder on a fluffy brush, take that, just set where you're going to place your liner. And you're thinking, well, I have eyeshadow on. This is even something I would do on top of eyeshadow, especially if you have oily lids. So this is just, it doesn't take but 1 second, and it really ensures that the liner is not kind of collaborating, if you will, with our skincare or our natural oil, so it can really, really help. Also, one more tip, you can't get it to last on your waterline or it's kind of falling down here. One thing I like to do, and this goes back to liner mixing in, you're thinking, what could it mix in with here? If we have a liner that takes any kind of time to build up here on the waterline, see how fast that was? What can happen? We could even do a couple more passes, but if we have to keep going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, what's happening is this starts to mix with your tears, and that changes the formula. Now, I know that was a little long-winded, but I just want you to always be able to use what you have. Again, this is not saying that these are not beautiful and wonderful. I think the colors are actually quite stunning, But that being said, spicy price, and if you already have something, I just want to make sure that you're able to use it. Something I fell back in love with, which it's all just I call it my makeup seasons. I change and I'm reaching for it. These LA Girl concealer corrector situations. I forget how much I love these. Now, I don't know if you remember, but in 2020, I want to say is I started doing videos with their correctors in the foundation bottles, the blue one. Y'all might remember that. But that's when I really got into color theory and understanding and helping others. And they're just so affordable. But I forgot about these. And the reason and it's so funny because the last time I would have used these, I didn't have my brushes. So the one thing I didn't like about them is I do not like this applicator. Do you see that? And the reason I don't like it is because if we were to kind of add this to our makeup, this applicator lifts and kind of, it's just not an even applicator. I mean, there you go. You see that. That should just show you why a brush matters. But I love the formula. And I was coming off, think of 2020. I can't believe that's been almost 5 years, but even in the last 5 years, I've learned so much. But that being said, I have the C30. And the way that this places this is best friends. This made this formula even better. And y'all, these are so affordable and they have an entire huge range. I fear I am an LA Girl stan. Okay, might turn this into a fan page. I forgot how good this formula is. And now I've got, yay! There's a pink one too, and it's so good. It's just so good. And it just shows you that it might not have been the formula that we disliked. It could be the tool, and that is why I have brushes and not eyeshadow palettes. Tools mean so much to me, and tools are makeup brushes is what I'm referencing. I just think it's awesome. But yes, this is so good, and I'm going to try to find, I think I saw it at Ulta if I'm not mistaken, but I'm gonna hop over to Ulta and find my actual concealer shade in this, because these are more of the brightening correctors, so stay tuned for that. But also really quickly, I just want to talk about them one more time. This is so much more affordable, this applicator here, and that's what keeps the cost down. So we really don't want them to change that. That's not what I'm saying. Most of us already have a tool that we could just use to smooth it. So that's what I'm saying. Also, I don't want you to feel pressured to buy this. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that I steered kind of away from them because I remember it was the days of YouTube and I was noticing streaks, so I kind of stopped using them. But when I started using a brush to apply them, it was a game changer. But we really kind of don't want them to change it. We'll just use a brush to apply it from the back of our hand because that's what keeps costs down. By the way, I cannot live without this particular liner from Urban Decay, which is, yes, still a spicy price, but it's not as expensive as those Victoria Beckham ones. That being said, this particular color, here, I'm just gonna put it underneath here. The way that it blends out, I mean, even that alone right there, it's just so delightful. Where's my E28? Next one on a screen, where's my super suit? All right, we'll just do an E29, but I'm gonna hold it perpendicular like this and then just smudge it in. Now remember, I have no makeup on, just brows, but look at how pretty that is when it smudges out, and the way that it smudges out is just so good. I love this particular shade. This is a full size one, and look what I've done already. I'm putting a dent in it. Make it more even. Oh Lord. There we go. Whee! There you go. Look how funny my eyes look, because this one doesn't have the wing and it's more round, and this one has the wing. I blame it on being sleepy, but y'all know the tomfoolery that I'm always doing. So like I said, y'all know I just got home, but I have these here. Also, JCat Beauty said they sent me a foundation, and I gotta go over there and look. So I'll be back in a second. But in the meantime, let's look at these together really quickly. Y'all know how much I love Carla Cosmetics. Carla Cosmetics was one of the first duochromes that I ever used. And I don't know how long you've been with me, but I remember I used to make videos because it was the time. We weren't talking back then. It was a better time. There's too much yap now. But I would make videos and just kind of put on really pretty eyeshadows. And I remember anytime I would use one of these one of these eyeshadows, it would get thousands, if not millions of views. Because we really weren't seeing these, but I feel like Carla Cosmetics was one of the OGs. It's happened. So I still love my Ilia stick, but I'm 5C Pine now. Funny that it's the shade Pine, because it's my winter shade. All right, back to the Carla Cosmetics. Very excited for these. So let's watch Velvet Dreams first. I'm just gonna swatch them here on my cheek. And they're translucent, so they kind of change depending on what base you put on them. And remember, you're just looking at, oh, actually there's like a ton of, here, I'll do it back camera. But I'm gonna show you in different lighting too. Okay, again, that one is Velvet Dreams. And then there is Night Kiss. This one looks very pinky purple. This one looks like one I would really want to use all the time. Oh yeah, that's so pretty. Whenever I can do the mirror trick, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let me get it here on my cheek. So here they are with back camera. You can see a little bit of the flip there. I'm gonna try to shoot in different lighting too so you can really see, but the sparkle is just wild. And you can see that this one has different colored sparkles. Oh, they're so good. If you look into the mirror here, you can see that greeny pink flip. And the other one doesn't have quite as much flip. It's just more of a gold to a little bit more of like a kind of a taupe, which is really pretty, but they are really, really sparkly. But isn't that fun how they look so different in the mirror? Fun. This one is so holiday. We need to do a look at that one stat. By the way, this is the blush that I took with me, and we talked about this the other day, but I want you to know that I have fallen so deeply back in love with this formula, and this shade in particular. It is so good, and if I didn't already have it, would definitely be something I would ask for this holiday season. There's so many different colors to choose from. I'm really into this one. I will say the 01 Born in Roma is probably one of my all-time favorite blush shades, but now this is a close second. And it's not only my favorite blush shades, but this formula is so unique. You really don't see it anywhere. I don't want to touch it because it's squishy. Oh, fine. I'll just touch it. I want you to know it's really fluffy in there, but it's also not wet. The way that it picks up on the brush, there's nothing like it. And it's amazing. It's long lasting. It's exceptional in terms of formula and all of the colors. As always, I try to not cause too much hype. I'm just looking around. Oh, also, I've been wearing this Kiko Milano Unlimited Double Touch. This is shade 104. It is such a good, not quite red. That's a really good way to describe it. It's not quite red. Obviously, it's not a neutral. I just feel like it's a color that's really flattering on a variety of skin tones. And I really think that you would like it. I really and truly do. The formula is exceptional. I was wearing it last night at the Christmas party, and I was there for 4 hours, and they're like, your lipstick, it hasn't moved. I said, it's that deadgum Kiko Milano stuff. In fact, somebody stopped me at the airport. Now at the airport, I was wearing the shade, remember when I did the story, I was wearing 112, but this is my favorite color right now. This is kind of a fun update. So I have been testing the Fenty Beauty lip liners versus the Maybelline because they're very similar in formula, and the Maybelline ones have been wearing so much better. I double bought the Maybelline ones, so I have 2 sets of the Maybelline, which is excessive, yes, but I'm already through a couple of them because, again, I do multiple looks a day because this is the path I chose. Does not mean that you're going to go through it that quickly. I actually find that you sharpen the Maybelline in less turns than you do the Fenty one. So all that being said, the Maybelline is the way to go. I don't know what Maybelline did, but they said we're going to do the best lip liner of the year. It is my favorite lip liner of the year. I should do a roundup. Ooh, I have a lot to do. All right, my friends, that's going to be it for today. I'm really sitting low in my chair right now. I'm real snuggled down. Rose is back to her roost, where we will have a wonderful week of makeup looks and trying new products. Next week we'll have, sorry. I was going to try more things next week, so we'll have more to talk about on Thursday. It was a little repetitive this week, but I feel like sometimes it's good to be like, no, this is what's working for me. I want to, because I love trying out all of the new things, but I also just don't want you to feel like you have to buy all of the new things. I remember I was once a youth watching YouTube videos, and I would want to buy everything, and there was no way. And then I would just be like, man, if I just had that. I wish somebody would have taught me how to use what I had, and that's kind of how I look at all of this. All right, my friends, I love you all so much. I love you with all my heart. I'll post tonight. Not sure when I'm going to post, but I'll post. And hopefully I'll see you there in the comments. I love you. It feels so good to be home. Okay.